Karen Gibson. Welcome to the
Hi,
Rachel Holmes podcast. How are you?
I am really well. How are you?
Well, I'm fantastic, but more to the point, how do you feel after the most amazing weekend that the fitness industry has ever seen for a long time?
Oh my gosh, I just can't believe it. I don't know. I kept saying on the build up to it, I really hope that it's positive, like after you've done something that you've worked so hard on. And I've worked and worked just so hard. And I just kept saying, I hope people are positive about it. And the positivity that has just flooded social media over the weekend is just incredible. So
Incredible.
yeah, I just can't quite believe it. I like even sitting on a podcast with you, I still am pinching myself.
It is unbelievable. It's amazing that you've done it and it's happened and it's here. But rewind and tell us how it all started. Where did this idea come from, and how did you bring it forward, and why did you bring it forward?
Yeah, so I've been in the industry for what would it be? I qualified in 2007, and I've done all of the working hard out in a halls with my speaker, humping out in a halls, making not very much money. Doing it because I love it and I love all of the people and I just love what I do. And then obviously I created Soulset and everything changed with IFS, launching it on the virtual IFS. Everything changed for me and I just started basically living my dream.
Oh,
I
that's
just have dreamt of it. So because I was presenting at all of the events, and I have to travel. I'm always the one that's travelled for 9 hours, and everyone's like, "I have to go like an hour down the road," and I was like, "There's never nothing like that here in this area." I think there are maybe some events. I've just heard of one in Edinburgh. I've never heard of fitness events up this way, and I just really wanted to bring one here, and I just got the ball rolling. Came up with the name because Fits Up, we say that here to somebody as in, what's up?
Yeah.
Like, how are you? Fits up. Or if something's wrong, fits up. What's wrong? So people in this area will get the name. So I came up with the name, came up with the logo. I obviously know everyone now, all of the presenters and brand creators. They're all good friends of mine, and I kind of put it forward to them. And before I knew it, I had a presenter lineup. I had a vision of it all happening at the Beach Ballroom, Aberdeen, which is just a beautiful venue. I'm sure everyone that was there will agree. I just made it happen. I just made it all happen. And then with the awards, obviously I've won quite a lot of awards over the past few years. And I just wanted to let other people feel how that felt and give more people the opportunity to be recognized. Yeah, I was really I love the industry and I love everyone in it. And I just wanted to do something to just spread a little bit of happiness.
And looking at this on paper, because I've run small events in Edinburgh, and we used to bring tours to Edinburgh, and once we went to Aberdeen once, and we drove, and I said, I thought, it's only another hour past Edinburgh. It's not much further. Me and Jay Nichols is miles past Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And we went once, and again, we had a great reception there, but it's always been hard to get things going in Scotland, always been hard. And there's been Fitness Scotland and there's been other events that have tried. And I thought, wow, I really hope this happens because it's summer, it's the middle of the summer,
I know.
It's everything. And I thought,
I know.
But it took a Scot to do a big Scottish event, didn't it?
maybe I needed to. It was a very strange date to choose, but there were not many dates, and I really, to be completely honest, I lost my dad in September to very sad circumstances. He took his life, and I very much needed something else to focus on. And I just said, let's go for that date. Let's just do it. And I've just worked really, really hard to get everything done on that date. So it was a strange date. It was the summer, and yeah, it's been hard to get a new event out there.
Yeah.
But people are already booking for next year, so it must have gone well.
Well, it's a new events. People need events. We need new events in the industry.
Yeah.
We need new presenters. We need to see people. It's okay seeing everybody on Facebook and Instagram and social media, and there needs to be more events, and I think we need to see new people on stages with new ideas and innovation.
Yeah.
That's what the industry needs. The industry needs it, and I think the fitness, the whole arena, the well-being arena needs it as well. And there's definitely been a huge, I mean, probably on my social media, people say this to me all the time: when are you coming to Scotland? When are you next coming to Scotland? All the time. So there's a huge amount of instructors in Scotland, isn't there? There's loads of talent. There's some amazing people up there doing great work, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. It is so full of talent. All of the instructors that I've met that came along, some Scottish presenters. It is time that we had much more of this in Scotland, and that everyone comes together and supports each other. Like, I am all for it. I feel like collaborating with each other is just amazing for everyone. No competition, just all work together and support each other. So yes, Scotland needs it 100%.
It definitely does. It really does. And you absolutely smashed it out of the park at the weekend. It was phenomenal. I mean, waking up to seeing all the social media was like, wow, this is incredible. And it really did look it. But tell me a little bit about the awards. How did you come up with the name? What was the concept behind it? And how did that whole idea take shape?
Yeah, so the awards, in 2021, I won 3 really big awards at the British Fitness Awards and also at the Community Fitness Awards. And then the Community Fitness Awards stopped. And straight away I was like, I would love to take over something like that, because they're both very different. I found that they were both very different, both equally amazing, but very different. And it was then that I thought I could do that. I could, because that's just my thing. When I stayed in my little hometown, I did a Pride of Fraserburgh Awards for all of the local people, not fitness. It was completely different. And yeah, I just love things like that. And that's where I thought about doing it. But I've been so busy with Solstice, it never happened. And I thought it would be a really good idea to do them both on the same date, so that if people are traveling from further afield, we can make a whole day and a whole evening of it, and it works really well. The name, I just feel like we all put our heart and soul into what we do, and that's just where it came from. And I wanted it to mean something. We did video applications so that we could really get an insight into everyone that popped over their video application. And I'm really glad that I did, because myself and the judges, we were just so touched. And I'm very much a people person, and I know more, not more than most, but I know that life can be very difficult behind our big smiles on the stage, and we can just get up and get on with it. And seeing people's backgrounds and hearing their stories really meant a lot. And every time I watched a video, I was just like, the Heart and Soul Awards is perfect name. So that's really, I think in the fitness industry, we really do so much, and we are helping people on another level through our love of dance and fitness and movement. And we really are, I think we're all amazing.
We are.
And we all put our heart and soul in everything, and I know I do, and it was just a perfect name.
It is a perfect name. So the awards, how did you even begin with awards? It's all right having an idea, but then how did you make it happen? What were the next steps? How did you get I mean, I think the last time I saw you, or it may have been Amanda, I kind of had a rough idea of how many votes. I mean, there were thousands of votes, weren't they? Do you want to disclose how many votes they were cast?
We ended up having, and bearing in mind, it was a very short amount of time that I opened the votes for, and we had over 40,000 votes. I know. And we had thousands of nominations.
Thousands, really?
Well, it was just me. I always say we as if I had a team. I never had a team. I organised both of the events single-handedly. I did everything. I literally worked day and night. I obviously always have Amanda there should I need to be like, Amanda, can you help me a little bit with the website? But really, I wanted to take it on myself and just get it all done. But the awards was a mammoth job.
I bet
Oh my goodness.
40,000. Oh my gosh. Talk us through
Yeah.
awards. How many awards did you give out? How many categories were there?
We had 41 categories.
Mm-hmm.
And we
And
had 42 winners because we could not decide on the inspirational participant.
no,
They all
really?
deserve to win. So, but 41 categories.
No way. And 40,000 votes. Oh my gosh. So was it between the judges? How did the winners all come together?
Yeah, so I really liked the idea. The voting is lovely. You're opening it up, and everyone can be like, "Oh, can I get your votes?" And people can get involved and supporting you, and it's amazing. But I really liked the idea of the video applications also, if they wish. And so it was a little mix of the two. We had so many categories that I was like, it just took off, and I wasn't ready for how crazy everything went and the amount of applications. And I was like, I need some help. I need a team of judges, and I wanted to pick judges so that everything was as unbiased as possible. It's not a popularity contest, these awards at all. Some of these people were like, I never thought I would even, make it
I
to
know.
the
I saw that.
nominations.
Yeah.
Um, and those are the people that I want to recognise as well as all of the amazing people like yourself that are total legends in the industry. And I think as well, people like yourself, you're kind of not taken for granted, but it's like, oh, Rachel Holmes, she's amazing. But I'm like, you deserve an award as well. Like I think people just kind of, you're there, and everyone's just so used to it, and it's like it was an honour to give people like yourselves the awards as well. But yeah, I needed the judges to help, and we all had 7 categories each. And then we just kind of whittled it down, whittled it down. They really took their judging roles very seriously. And we were looking on social media, and then they gave me their top 3, and we went with the votes and top 3s. So
Fantastic. God, I bet that was so hard. That's
yeah,
really difficult to choose, isn't it?
it's the hardest thing ever. I was like, why did I decide to do this? I cannot even put a child out of a game of musical bumps. It goes on forever. Because I've not got the heart to do it. And I was like, how am I choosing winners from all of these amazing people? But we managed. We managed. Some judges were they got the job done, but some of us were very emotional. And it was very, very difficult. Everyone was just amazing.
Oh my gosh, that's wow, incredible. So on the night, as course, on any fitness event around the country, around the world, there's always got to be a spanner in the works. And the spanner in the works, of course, came from the Microsoft outage that halted all play. You could not write this in a book.
I know.
And we were all following Julie in Birmingham and Charlotte and everything that was going on in Gatwick, and they couldn't get there, and you just could not write that. You could not make that up. I mean, that must have been you as an organizer. You got presenters flying up who were got spots. They were winners. So how did you handle all that?
Literally, I had left a few little jobs to the last minute for the awards, and I was like, on Friday night, I'll go home because Friday was such a busy day and it was all going perfect, too well. And I thought I'll go put on my pajamas and then I'll do this last minute bits and then I'll get an early bed. It didn't happen. I started getting these messages. My phone was blowing up. My flight's been cancelled. My flight's been cancelled. And I was like, what is happening? First was Lisa Hillier, a really dear friend of mine. And Lisa has put a lot of energy into me and the events from the minute that I thought of the idea. She's been really amazing, and she was just devastated. They literally were just at the gates to board the plane, and told that they weren't coming. And then 2 minutes after that, Charlotte messaged in our presenter group and said, my flight's been cancelled. And it was very difficult because they're both very dear friends of mine. And I had to just get the job done and get on with it. And it was very difficult because I was like, oh, I feel awful, like just cracking on with it. But I had to. So yeah, I just had to fill those slots and just had to, the show must go on. I just had to get it done. But I guess these things happen. I'm very used to life throwing curveballs my way, so I think I'm very good at adapting. I have a few breakdowns in the process, but I think I am pretty good at doing that. So
well
yeah,
well
it was
done.
very
Well done,
sad,
you.
we managed, and the team pulled together.
Yeah, and sailing through that crisis. So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit then about the day. The how did the day? Who presented? What did the whole event look like before the awards? And how did you choose the presenters and the brands for that?
Yeah, so with the presenting team, just really by chatting to kind of people closest to me or people that I just really get along with and just mentioning it. Oh, no, I was thinking of doing an event. And they were like, I would come. I would totally come. And I was like, really? Oh my gosh. And so before I knew it, I had a presenting team. All the slots were filled. And then there were more. So I was like, I could open a second room, but I had no idea if people were going to come. So yeah, all the slots were filled really quickly, just with people I know in the industry, just by generally chatting about the event. No one was asked or invited; it just happened that way. And the venue, when we went in the morning, it was just beautiful. The staff at the Beach Ballroom were just incredible. And yeah, it just from the start of Fits Up till the end of the awards, the whole day was just seamless. I was still like, did that actually happen? It was just seamless, but I had worked. I know I keep saying I worked so hard, but I cannot tell people how hard I worked on every detail. Even the songs for each person coming up to collect their award, I personally picked a song to match that person
Oh wow!
and what I knew about them.
Oh
I
wow!
thought in every single detail, and it all came together beautifully.
Gosh,
Fits
it
up the
absolutely.
vibe and fits up. I wanted to create a family vibe. You know, at IFS, I
Yeah.
feel in IFS a real family vibe, and I love it. And I wanted to create the same thing, and it really was. It was even more incredible. I think I enjoyed the day more than anyone else.
Well, that's amazing for you as the organizer to enjoy the whole day as well. That's phenomenal.
I just loved
Phenomenal.
it. I loved it. I thought I was going to be stressing and running around, and I'd worked so hard for it and put so much into it that when it came to it, I couldn't believe that I had created it. When I saw, Jade from Rockbox up there, and just everyone, and everyone was just having the best time. The place
Oh,
was literally bouncing. It has a bounce floor.
oh, wicked.
So it was actually just bouncing, and everyone was just all of the presenters. We just pulled together. There was just a lot of love in the
Yeah.
room, and it just rippled through everyone. There was zero negative feedback at
That's
all. Amazing.
fantastic. So you must have had, did you have a sound team, a lighting team? Did you
Yeah,
have, you had a videographer, didn't you? Everything was taken care of.
everything was taken care of. I spent a lot of time with the sound technician, Ray. A shout out to Ray, who was just amazing at the Beach Ballroom, and he kept saying, we do this all the time because I wanted everything to be perfect, without being a diva. He did say that I'm the nicest person to annoy him. He said I couldn't think of anyone nicer to annoy me all day. I was like, oh well, is that a
Oh.
compliment? And he said, you do what you do, and we'll do what we do, and it worked perfectly. So the sound guys we had in both rooms, the lighting was just perfect, and then yeah, two young guys just starting out with videography in Aberdeen. I got in touch with them, and they've just been amazing as well. So they're working on the awards showreel at the minute. So
Oh, I
can't
can't wait
wait
to
to
see
see that.
that. Well, when I was looking at this, I mean, I've presented at lots of different events all around the world, and I think going to you nodded to IFS there and the family vibe and the building at IFS and the rooms at IFS and the lighting at IFS. There is nowhere in the world that's like the Winter Gardens.
No,
The Beach Ballroom
tiny
looked
version.
it like a little sister venue. It kind
Yeah,
of had those vibes.
yeah,
What's the history of what's the history of the ballrooms there? Has it been there a long
yeah.
time? Is it that kind of? It looked like that kind of a venue.
Yeah, it really is. In Aberdeen, the Beach Ballroom is iconic. There are huge concerts there, really big weddings and celebrations there. And people were saying, why the Beach Ballroom? It's such an expensive venue. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. And I was like, when everyone gets there, I always get a vision. I was actually there at one of my son's fight nights. He's a boxer. and it was a big fight night, and it was his big night. And when I walked in, I just had a vision. I was like, wow, I could do an event in here and it would just be awesome. When I get a vision, I have to just follow it through. So that's really why it's just really an iconic. And I do think I was literally just saying this to my daughter Chloe, that the Winter Gardens is just an amazing. It wouldn't be the same if it wasn't in the Winter Gardens, would it?
No, totally.
So I wanted to go all out this year. I don't know if people thought it would just be like a little thing, but I had a big vision and I wanted to go all out and just show everyone that I could do it. And yeah, it just all came together. The beach ballroom's amazing. The staff were just incredible.
Fantastic. Who's it owned by?
It is just Aberdeenshire Council. That you work through, but it was meant to be getting completely refurbished for next year, and I was like, oh no, because I've already booked the date, but it's been postponed. So it's an old building, but it's just got that, it's just got that special thing in it.
It's got that magic. Those buildings. Magic. They've got magic. They've got charisma. They have history, don't they?
Yeah.
There's just something about those amazing buildings. Well, that's amazing to hear. And is it on the beach? Being the beach ballroom, is it on the beach at Aberdeen? Is it?
It's beautiful. So the room upstairs. When you look out, there's windows all around, and when you look out, you're looking out onto the beach all the way around. And then there's a big fun fair. At the end, with the big Ferris wheel and everything. It's very picturesque, and I'm used to it. Everywhere around here is coastal, so I'm used to being at the beach and at the water. There's loads of shores, and everyone was like, "Oh, I love it! I love the water." Rockbox, they jumped in the sea after. She's like, "Do you want to come?" I was like, "Look, go get ready for the awards. I've not got time to jump in the sea, and I wouldn't have done it anyway. I like to be cozy." I'm like, "It's freezing." But yeah, everyone seemed to just love Aberdeen, and I'm like, oh well, okay. I do love it here, but when I travel to all of the other places, I love it. But yeah, everyone loved it. They were going out in little tours and everything. They really loved their weekend here. It was great. So yeah.
So for next year, then, tell us about next year. What have you got planned, and how is it already? I know you've already been selling tickets, which is phenomenal. Yeah. So tell us about next year.
Yeah, on Friday night, because of all the stress, I was stomping around the living room and I told my panic. I was like, I am never doing this again. This is too much stress. I'm cancelling the date for next year. Like, I cannot do this. And then as soon as it was finished, I was like, yay, I can't wait till next year. It was such a buzz. So yeah, I chose a date, the 5th of July. So round about the same date, but not as close to the holidays. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's any fitness events around that time. Mm-hmm. So I was aware of that as well. So yeah, the 5th of July, I was just like, let's just do it. It was too amazing to not plan it and do it again for another year. And everyone at the awards were already saying, we'll be back next year. I was like, oh, it looks like I'm doing it again then.
That's fantastic. And are you going to do the event and the awards on the same day again? The similar format?
Yeah, I think it worked really well because a lot of people are going to be traveling for the awards. It fits up the same with the presenters. If they're traveling for the awards, it would be in the same day because it is. I know how the costs of traveling. I have to do it all the time, and it is a lot. And the journeys and things like that, and people are busy. So I think it worked well. But going how it's going, I think I may have to maybe add the Friday as well. Maybe Friday evening. I'm not going to do Sunday because if the awards are on Saturday night, I know people will probably not come on the Sunday. But yeah, I might open it up to the Friday evening as well because it's had so much interest. So
that's brilliant. Well done.
But yeah, it seemed to work. It did seem to work doing Fits Up, and then everyone booked their hotels and they booked. I gave them contacts for hairdressers and everything here, and it was just a real buzz constantly. Everyone came and Fits Up. They went back to their hotel. They got ready. They came back to the event. It was really nice. It worked really well. I guess like IFS again. When they do the gala dinner, it's just a nice way to all come together. So
yeah,
it worked. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about you, Karen. I know you've been in the industry since 2007, but what was your life before the industry? Tell us a little bit about Karen Gibson before fitness. These are things I don't know, so I'd love to find out.
So I was a little Highland dancer.
Wow.
That's why I put my little kilt on for, I don't know if you've seen our
Yes, I did. I saw it.
I was like, I'm going to get myself a little kilt. So my mum, she was having a wee giggle. She's like, just like old days. Because I was like, Mum, can you put my zip up? Because it got stuck. So just like back to childhood again. But yeah, I spent my childhood on my toes, dancing day in, day out, every weekend. Mum took me all over. And I was a championship Highland dancer. Everyone's like, you should fancy, but that's why. And then, yeah, just dance. Then I was a young mum with Chloe. And this is like where all of my motivation comes from, because there was such a stigma with young mums, and I was a single mum quite soon as well. And there was just this stigma, and I just remembered not many people, other than my granny. My granny was always my biggest supporter. But everyone would say things like, "Oh, she's thrown her life away," and "Oh, she's never gonna do anything with her dancing now." It was just such a negative thing, and I thought Chloe was just a blessing. Many of my friends from school got into very bad ways. Many of them, got into very bad ways and are no longer here from young ages. And I always said to Chloe, like, you were a blessing. And so I've just always had a point to prove. I've always had a point to prove. I'm like, I will show everyone that I will do well. And I feel like I'm still at the age of 43, still trying to do that. And so I had like just normal jobs in a baker's, in a fish factory. There's loads of fish factories here that are horrible and stinky, and all those kind of jobs, just to get by. I'm a young single mom, all of those jobs. And then I decided to go with Fitness Scotland, and I did my exercise to music in 2007. Chloe was just little, and it's just gone. It's the best thing ever. And I always did, Zumba, clubbers, all of the brands, all of the programs, and I would always make up my own choreography because I find it really easy. And I found that people were coming to class and asking for my tracks. And I'm like, oh, that's my one. That's actually one I made up. And I found it really easy. And then I became very unwell. I had James, and then he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when he was age 2. And it was very difficult. I can't even explain how horrible it was. You've got your perfect, healthy little boy, and then suddenly I'm having to inject him 6 times a day. And it was just, my life completely changed. I completely changed. I was very laid back before it. And I was just panicky, stressed. I was still trying to juggle putting on a smile and going to class. And I was basically trying to be Superwoman. And I can do everything. I can still do my classes. I can still see James. And gradually I just started to get unwell. I started dropping classes. Everyone was saying you're doing too much, but I was getting more and more ill, even though I was doing less and less. And it just kind of came from nowhere, but it was just complete burnout, emotionally, mentally, and physically. And then they couldn't find out what was wrong with me. And then I was bedbound for 5 months. I couldn't even get out of bed. Oh, wow. And I went from being super, super fit and teaching 16 classes a week to just couldn't get out of my bed. And then anyway, they diagnosed me with ME. So I had to give everything up. I couldn't even look after James. My husband at the time, he had to see to us both. And for 3 years, the doctor was like, if you can recover, some people don't. But if you really just chill, then you might, you can get well. And that's what I did. And 3 years after, and it's just changed my whole mindset. It's why I'm just such a go-getter now, because I never thought I was going to get my life back, and I'm just so grateful. So everything is just from that. I was like, I'm going to go for salsa. I don't care if people think it's a silly idea. I don't take myself seriously. Went for salsa, and then by doing that, my whole life has just changed.
Wow, what a story. Oh
I
my
know.
gosh. And that's like in a
That's
nutshell.
cut down very short.
Yeah, that's like a 5-second version.
Sorry.
Wow. Karen, I had no idea. I had no idea. And I'm
Yeah,
sure
been a
so many
journey.
people watching this video and listening to your podcast, gosh, that is so inspirational, though, that you
Yeah.
were imagined to go through all of that with your children and then, wow, look what you've created. Look what comes. Oh my gosh, that's so
I know.
inspiration.
I think it's just as well, just never giving up. Like, this has all happened to me in my 40s. And when they say life begins at 40, it absolutely is true for me, for sure. I love my 40s so much. I'm also at an age where, I don't really take anyone's, I've got less patience for people that don't deserve your patience and things like that. I'm just very comfortable and I'm much stronger. And once you've experienced a lot in life, you know yourself. And I'm getting more confident. All through life, I've always doubted myself. I've always been very critical of myself, which I still am, but not in such a damaging way. And now I'm kind of just learning to believe in myself a little bit more. And I'm loving every single minute of it.
Oh, so
Love
great
it.
to hear. Fantastic to hear. Oh, thank you for sharing that, Karen. I really appreciate it. For salsa, what's next for salsa? Where are you going to be taking salsa next?
Oh my gosh. That was the thing as well. I've been so consumed with these events that I never expected. And I was always thinking, right, I'll have a little break. I'll have a week's break and then I'll get into salsa. But straight away, I was like, right, let's get on it. So with salsa, I've just got so many things planned. I've got really high hopes for salsa. I am aiming to go global with salsa, and I really believe that it can happen. And I do believe that it's going to happen. So we've got some extra courses coming up. We've got Salsa Kids. I've got one that is a secret. I'll maybe tell you later. I'll
Oh, I can't wait.
But yeah, I'm kind of going for a little bit of rebranding with Salsa at the minute, actually. It's very exciting. I've been doing a lot of training. My thing is making up choreography, getting on stage. But when you're a brand creator, you're also doing admin, websites, marketing. And when you're at the start of it, I don't have loads of money to pay people to do all of these 50 other jobs that need done. I'm doing them all. Obviously, Amanda has been a huge help also. So yeah, it's just kind of doing everything, getting training on how to improve all of the other bits that, I'm not really qualified or very good at. But I'm working hard in it. So it's back focused on the brand at the minute. But I've done put a lot into the events and things like that because I've just been living my best life. Mm-hmm. I've been loving every single minute of it. But I think now it's time to knuckle down and get out there doing more instructor courses face to face. And that's the plan. So yeah, getting out there and being face to face with everybody and a little bit of zhuzhing up with the brand.
Good. We look forward to seeing that. And you'll be at Ibiza. I'll see you in Ibiza in October. You're doing Yoga Fit. Whoop, whoop.
I can't believe it, Rachel. Honestly, I said to James yesterday, I do every New Year. People are out celebrating, and I stay in my pajamas and I sit and I write out my goals for the year. I'm very boring. I'm not a party animal at all. And I write my goals and I manifest them. I really do. And every year, once it's passed, I look back on my little list and I'm like, I achieved that. And I said to James last year, I was like, right, Mum's next goal after the event is to maybe do international presenting and get to one of these events. And literally the week after, Charlotte Chazelle, who I adore so much, was teaching salsa over at the Ibiza retreat.
Yes, she was,
for me. And I love her. And she's like, I've got some great news. You're on the team. And I was like, what? Oh my gosh, Charlotte. And here we are in October. I'm going to be joining you all. So
you're going to love it. You're going to love it. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I know. These things don't happen to me. I've not been on holiday for years, not even a holiday for years and years and years. I've just been working. So I'm excited. I'm going to bring James with me as well.
Oh, well, he'll be able to play. Well, he's older than Logan. He'll be able to pick up Logan from the kids club for us.
How old is Logan?
Logan's 8.
8. James is 14 going on 45.
Oh, can't wait to meet him.
Very mature. James is more mature than most adults that I have met. He's just amazing. So he will look after Logan.
He will love it. He will absolutely love it. Oh, I'm so excited that you're coming. So if people want to book for next year, where do they find all the information about the event? Have you got your own website, social media for it, or do they find it via you? Give us the details.
Yeah, so we've got the Fits Up page on Facebook and Instagram. It's more active. For some reason, the events seem to be much more active on Facebook. But we are on Instagram as well. And everything is on the Solsa website at the minute. I may need to get some separate websites in the future, but for the minute, it's all there. So the new event for next year is now on the Solsa website. It is at the top, Fits Up event. There's the Fits Up page on Facebook and Instagram. All of the details are on there with the link to go and book tickets for next year already. And then with the awards, I'm going to have a little break, and then we will open up the nominations again.
Wow.
Probably quite soon, because the amount of work that it took, I'm definitely going to give myself more time.
Good thinking.
I need a whole year to plan for that. But yeah, both of them absolutely are coming up on July the 5th.
Okay, July the 5th. And if anybody wants to know about salsa training, again, go to the Salsa website or just message you directly.
Yeah, message me directly, email, go to the website. Everything's online training at the minute with Salsa. So you just go to the website, sign up. We've got a 20% discount, usually after an event. Sometimes after an event, I'll do a little discount. And because this one was just so special, we had so many people coming up and saying, oh my gosh, I just loved Salsa, I'm going to teach it. So we did a 20% discount. So that's on at the minute as well. So yeah, everything is on the website, all the information.
Fabulous. Thank you so much. Well, Karen, thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're going to have a break tomorrow. So I said, let's speak before you go away so we can get this released. So,
if Rachel Holmes is inviting me on a podcast, I am getting my hair sorted, I'm there.
I so appreciate it, Karen.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
And congratulations on everything you've achieved. So thank you, Karen.
And congratulations to you and your award as well. Me and Amanda, we were trying to come up with some special awards and the names of them, because I know you've been Googling luminaries.
Yeah.
It's so funny. On the Heart and Soul Awards, there is a wee description of what the award meant, and and we were like, who do you think should get this award? So we all came together and put loads of thought into all of the awards, and of course it had to go to you. Oh my goodness, 100%. So, but when I saw your live on Instagram with Kelly, I was just sat down doing my makeup, and I said to Amanda, come here. I was like, Rachel Holmes and Kelly are speaking about me.
It was so surreal. It was like we went to bed and I hadn't seen any of that. I'd seen Charlotte in the day, and then I'd gone to bed, and then I woke up in the morning. It was like notification, bing, 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 messages. And then Kelly was messaging me going, have you seen what's happened? Have you seen the event? Have you seen all the, I was like, no, oh my God. And then opened up, and the messages and the things were just incredible. And then Mike won an award, Kelly won an award, Kerry won an award.
I know.
Our lovely, such close friends of mine, and we're all like, oh my God.
I love that. And Steve as well.
And Steve, because I didn't know that they'd got award. I had no idea that Steve got award, or Kerry got award, or Mike had won. No idea.
It was all top secret. No one's
allowed
to me. And Mike, oh my goodness, that's the first time. How handsome.
Oh, and how handsome. What a lovely person.
He is just so sweet. That's the first time I've met him properly. I didn't really know Mike. Really, I knew who he was, and I knew he was fabulous. But to actually meet him in person, he smells so good.
He's the best
Amanda was
fun.
like, I'm taking him home. I was like, no, I don't think you can.
He
You
is
can't. You have to
lovely.
leave him. He's so lovely. And Kelly, when she popped up on screen, she's just so bubbly and cute.
She
But
is.
yeah, just real legends in the industry who I completely respect all of you. And it was just such an honor for me to be in a position to present those awards to you guys as well. It was very cool.
It was. It was amazing. But
So well
thank you.
deserved. And
Thank you so
I
much.
hope you can
Oh.
make it next year and you can
Oh,
maybe
I'm
come and
sure we'll
present
make it.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure. I can't wait.
definitely.
Once I get my award, don't worry, there'll be pictures and videos all over
Yes,
social media. I can't
that was what I
wait.
was going to say. The awards, I have them here, but I've ordered some nice little gift boxes for them to come in.
Oh,
So that's why we're waiting because I wanted them to look nice. So yeah, they're going to be here. So they're all going to be posted out this week.
can't wait. Karen
Yes.
Gibson, thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you,
you
my
so
friend.
much, Rachel. Mwah.